Welcome back to the Rowdy Player One channel, everybody. I'm Rowdy, and today is a Rowdy's Rapid Review of Brandon Sanderson's Rhythm of War, Book 4 in the Stormlight Archive. I don't know where to start with this. I loved this book. I was frustrated with this book, and this is really tough. So let me put this monster book down. So basically, this starts off at the end of, well, no, actually, I think it's a time jump of like a year from Oathbringer. And it is, it's better in some parts, worse in others in some things. It did actually nearly make me tear up at one part. And then I don't know, it was just, I want to say the pace was weird, but all right, so it starts, this whole entire book is basically Navani's story, in my opinion. I mean, talk about, in my opinion, like a side character, and she basically gets an entire book about her. Now, there is some cool things that happen, but basically the whole premise of this story is Kaladin, he struggles with his ideals and stuff. He goes through an extreme depression and basically gives up. He's pretty much done. Then you've got Shallan and Adolin go off to Shadesmar and completely disappear from the book for what felt like 600 pages. I mean, they're not in half of this. At least if they are, I don't, it doesn't feel like it. It's at least 600 pages where they're nowhere to be found. Like, I don't even know if it mentions them for hundreds and hundreds of pages. Shallan finally, the positive of Shallan is finally, whenever they do go back to her at closer to the end of the book, all of her multiple personality stuff finally ends. Thank goodness. Because that really got on my nerves, especially in Oathbringer. I loved Oathbringer, but right there, if that wasn't part of it, where she just lost her mind for 3/4 of the book, I would have probably gave it better than Words of Radiance, but that aggravated the crap out of me. I couldn't stand it. Dalinar goes with Yesna and Seth to another place to try to do some things with an Oathgate, and they disappear for several pages, like a few hundred, not near as bad as Shallan and Adolin, but they disappear for a while. And I don't know, Taravangian's in this quite a bit. It's so hard for me to judge this because Kaladin, it's not really going to spoil. I mean, you'd expect it by now. Kaladin says his fourth oath finally, and when he does that, and what proceeds to that, when he's completely broken, it got me. It was something. I really enjoyed that part. He fights this one of the Parshindi, called the Seeker. I think that's right. Am I right about that? I don't remember. I can't remember the name of him now. He's in the book quite a bit, but basically he's immortal, can't die, except Kaladin finds a way. I mean, I guess he can, but basically anytime he decides to go after somebody, they die. Like, it's guaranteed. And that ending fight with them two was pretty awesome. There's a major death in this one that really gets to you. Moash is the absolute worst of the worst, which if you've read the other books, you understand. And I understand now why I see some of the shirts that say F Moash, because holy cow. Ooh, you want to talk about turning to to the bad side. My gosh. Um, and then you've got Navani, who becomes a Radiant. I mean, that was not expected. She is now a bondsmith. And, she spends, it feels like, nearly half the book with one of the top Parshindi, or fused, or whatever the one, I can't remember what, I guess technically she might be a fused, just doing like science experiments. I mean, I don't know, this book, man, absolutely, the highs might be at the highest of highs. If it's not, it's just a tick below, but the lows are pretty low. So obviously you recommend this. Another thing, this right here feels like an entire book of a setup for book 5 of when Wind and Truth comes out. Like, I felt like once this was over, and the very, very end makes me worried about Wind and Truth and how that's going to end, because let's just say Hoyd's probably going to play a big factor in how this book or series ends, or this first arc, I feel like. And what happens to him later in the book has me concerned. We'll say that. But I don't know. I'm so confused, because I'm going to go. All right. So, Rhythm of War, #1 without question. 5-star book. Like, I'd give it higher than a 5 if I could. Then you've got, I think Oathbringer is the next best one, and I think I gave it either gave it a 4.5 or 4.75. There was just a few ticks that I didn't really care for, but it was amazing as well. I'm gonna put, holy, I think I'm gonna do The Way of Kings 3rd, because figuring it all, I think if I went back and read it now, then I would get so much more out of it. It would be better than where I was wanting it. I would probably give that a 4.25. And then I'm going to give Rhythm of War a 4. Because some of the downside of it, I mean, I just don't understand how you just eliminate 2 characters for at least half the book. 2 main characters. I mean, I don't know. It was so weird to me on why. I don't know why he did it. And then even Dalinar wasn't even in this book that much neither. So, like I said, I think this is a setup. The whole book feels like a setup for the 5th book. And who knows, that 5th book may be incredible. And I kind of expect it will, because Sanderson knows how to end stuff. And if that sucker's good, oh boy, I just can't wait. But anyways, I'm going to give this a 4 is what I'm going to do. I feel like it's a 4. It's great. It's really good. It's not outstanding. So anyways, I know it's a little longer than normal video, but just trying to gather my thoughts on this book. I don't know. It's a tough one, because I can see where people absolutely love it and it's one of their best, and I can see where you absolutely hate it. That's for sure. Or at least I don't say hate it. It would be the worst of the Stormlight. And to me, it probably is. They're all good. Some are exceptional, but that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with a 4. Anyways, that's what I got. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you would, leave a like and comment on it. Tell me, have you read Rhythm of War? What did you think of it? And yeah, are you ready for Wind and Truth? And please subscribe to the channel. It's right down there. Just boop, press the button. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. Bye.